Hello, it's Gun here from the channel Gun Jump. Surprise, surprise. You probably know that because you clicked on the video. As promised in my bulletin from the channel, the only one which has actually ever come from the channel, I am going to be starting my reviews on Star Wars. All of the Star Wars films, starting from the first made to the last made, so starting from the fourth, which was actually the first, going to the fifth to sixth, to the first, to the second, to the third. Yeah, confusing. So basically I'm starting off with the retro ones. Oh, I'm basing my review off of the 2004 remake of the Star Wars Episode 4, The New Hope. Just for some background knowledge on the film before I actually go into my review. It was released in 1977 originally as a space opera film. If you don't know what a space opera film genre is, it's basically like a film which is set in space, not on this planet. If you want to know all of the things that will come under a space opera film, I suggest looking up on Wikipedia or somewhere like that. And it was written and directed by George Lucas, one of the most greatest film writers and directors pretty much ever to walk the earth. And now you have to be pretty sad not to agree with that. Yeah. Not just this film, but the whole Star Wars series in general has been commented as the most influential films of all time, which I really agree with, because I mean, Jedi is actually a certified religion. That's how many people love it. Yeah. It was produced for a budget of $11 million, and was released. The actual day it was released was the 25th of May, 1997. However, even though it was made with a budget of $11 million, it brought in $460 million in the United States alone, and $337 million overseas, from film sales alone. That's not including all of the action figures and all of that, which would have brought in even more. Yeah. For the cast of the film, the original cast, I think this is, unless the 2004 one was remade with other character, well, with a different cast. But from what I've got, Mark Hamill plays Luke Skywalker, the main character in the retro films. Alec Guinness, named after the beer, played Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the greatest actors of all time. Harrison Ford played Han Solo. You also might remember him from things like Indiana Jones. Carrie Fisher played Princess Leia. Just reading what I've got here. David Prowse played Darth Vader, the evil character in the game. The second last Sith. There's also the Emperor, yeah. Kenny Baker, R2-D2. We all love R2-D2. He was blooming funny. Well, not funny, but he was just awesome. Anthony Daniels played C-3PO, the golden droid. I can't remember exactly what he does besides from complain. And just one character that we all know and love. Peter Mayhew played Chewbacca, the giant Wookiee. Yeah, we all knew and loved him. Okay, one more thing before I get into my actual verdict of the film. I just want to give a basic plot overview. So, the film follows a band of rebels who are plotting to destroy a space station known as the Death Star, which was created by the Galactic Empire. One of the people who are in charge of the Galactic Empire is Darth Vader, the main bad guy. The conflict manages to disrupt the isolated life of Luke Skywalker, who was a farm boy who... I'll just ignore the who. But he gets disrupted, his life gets disrupted when he finds out that a duo of droids that he purchased from Jawas, so known as R2-D2 and C-3PO, carried the Death Star plans, which were to be used by the Rebel Alliance to destroy the Death Star. From there, it basically goes on. Luke joins the rebellion after saving Princess Leia, who was captured and was on a Death Star, accompanied by Obi-Wan Kenobi, who dies, and Han Solo and Chewbacca. He then joins the rebellion in blowing up the Death Star. Half of the Death Star, pretty much. Okay, that's the basic plot overview. My verdict on the film: I agree with the quote that was used earlier in my video, that it is one of the most influential films of all time. Like I said, there's been a religion made after it, and much like the A-Team, my childhood was very much based around Star Wars. But every year in primary school we had this like World Book Day thing where we dressed up as characters from our favourite books. Pretty much every guy in our year dressed up as someone from Star Wars. I even have friends older than me, so like 16 now, who are still really into Star Wars, and I have to admit, I am still quite into Star Wars. Not as much as I used to be, of course, but yeah. I mean, the characters are developed really well. Like Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker in the film. Don't know why I said Mark Hamill, but hey. Luke Skywalker in the film starts off as just a farm boy who knows about the rebellion but can't join it because of his uncle. Then his uncle and aunt who want him to stay as a farm boy. But then they're killed by the Galactic Empire. And basically, you would have thought there would have been a sort of revenge thing, him joining the Empire, but they made it so he wanted to follow Ben Kenobi so that he could learn about the Force and become a Jedi, which was weird. Yeah, he's not developed so well. But Han Solo, starting off as pretty much someone in debt. You see, in the iconic scene where he shoots Greedo, the bounty hunter, sent by Jabba the Hutt, a big slime ball, like a giant slug. Yeah. And then later on in the film, he leaves Luke and the rebellion because he got his reward for rescuing Princess Leia. And when you thought that everything was over with him in the films, everything was over for him in the films, he came back in a moment of need to help Luke. So I think that was actually developed really well, because people didn't expect that. They just thought, yeah, Han buggered off, won't be seeing any more of him. But no, he came back. Yeah, if I had to give this film a rating out of 10, it would probably be a 9.5. Purely because of one scene that ruined it for me. In the original, when Han met Greedo, Greedo didn't shoot at all. Han shot him before he could. And now, in the version that I've got sitting in front of me, which I just finished watching 10 minutes ago, Greedo shot first, missed at he missed at point blank range, and then Han shot and killed him. Yeah, that makes no sense at all. I would really like to know what George Lucas was thinking. Well, yeah. I'm a bit upset by that scene. Yeah, that's the end of my review then, I guess. Stay tuned for in a couple of days when I'll be uploading the next film, Empire Strikes Back. And besides from that, yeah, this has been Guns from Gun Jump. I will leave you with one word, or one sentence. Han shot fucking first. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching. Guns out. Bye-bye.